Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in this video, you will meet the absolute best guitar player ever. And he's gonna give you some guitar wisdom coming right up. It's me. I'm the absolute best guitar teacher in the world. For me. Not for you though. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'm probably the worst choice you can have for yourself. Well, maybe not the worst, but not the best. All right, so you're here because you want to improve on your instrument. Not the best way to start a video, but it's not clickbait. Story time. I started playing guitar in 1994. That was my first electric guitar, a little bit before playing on acoustic, but 1994 is when the journey started. And for decades, I would learn licks, try to sound like my guitar heroes. Joe Satriani was one of them. And then I discovered Steve Vai, and then I went the blues route, more of a blues type of playing. And anyways, I've had a lot of guitar idols that I tried to learn from, and yes, I've learned a lot from them. However, I was left very frustrated for a long time because I felt that I was missing what they had. I thought that what they had was just more experience, more technique, more knowledge, and I was wrong. What they had was a confidence. They had confidence to play the way they were meant to play. And I truly believe that we all have something very unique to say musically. And the best music you can learn to play is the one that is already inside of you. Here's an exercise that really has helped me embrace the teacher within me. It's not a yoga namaste type of thing, I promise, but let's get to the close-up. We're gonna use a scale that we're very comfortable with, the G minor pentatonic scale, for example, that first position that we all know here in that area of the fretboard. And I'm gonna start with an opening statement. Just let your fingers create that opening statement. Maybe something like this. A lick, right? Something that falls under your fingers really well. And at this point, once you have this, you're listening. We're gonna stop and listen to what you want to come next. We're taking control over our fingers. See, when we play guitar, our fingers tend to run loose. They have the confidence because you learn the scales, you learn the licks, the exercises, and unfortunately, they tend to run the show a little bit. And when they run the show, you start to sound mechanical, and you're never able to really sound the way that you want to sound. That little small gentle voice that is inside of you that has all the music that is intimate to you wants to get out, but it's not able to because you're never letting it a chance to. So we had this opening statement, which was directed by the fingers. We've got to start somewhere. Something like that. And then we're listening. What do I want to hear next? Maybe da. So we had da 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 ba ba bum, la da da ba bum. Oh, da da ba ba bum. That's what we want to do. Da da ba ba bum. Let's try to find that on the instrument. So you've got to fish around a little bit. Ba, ba, ba. If you hit the wrong note, ba, try to find it. Ba, 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 da, da, ba, da, ba. Okay, that idea there, even though it's somewhat comfortable, there's not like crazy moves. It's pentatonic driven because we started with that, so our ear is kind of tuned to that. It's still not something that I've played before many times. It was born from inside, so ba, 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 ba. Great. So you got the opening statement, and then this. Then I'm going to try to find the next part. It might come really quick. It might take a few minutes, but that's okay. The more dramatic you are, the better. I know I look like an idiot, but when I play it, I still look like an idiot, but it'll sound better. So let's try to find See what happens there. So I'll hit the right notes right away. The more often you do this exercise, the faster it'll be. If you don't, that's okay. Just make sure you match what you're singing. Ma, da, 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 ba, ma, ba, 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 ba. That's, again, not something that I practiced before. It's not a lick that I played over and over. No. It's a lot more musical, more lyrical, a lot more intimate to what I want to play. So that's the teacher inside of you that is telling you what you should be playing. It's there if you listen to that gentle voice. The problem is that we don't let that voice come out. We have that problem as humans. I don't know if you've had any experience. Maybe you pray sometimes, and you know, as you pray, we tend to talk, and we never listen to that still voice. The same happens musically. Again, whether you are religious or not, it doesn't matter, but I think that resonates with you. Just be silent for a moment. It's uncomfortable first, but things will come out. So we had da-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Got something. You don't hear it because you're not here, but what I'm hearing is ma-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. You will hear something else because we're all unique and different, but that's what I want. Ma-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bam. That idea is a little more complex than what I had there. Da-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. So I'm going to have to dissect that a little bit. I'm going to analyze this idea, almost like a detective. Na-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bam. Something like that. So how many notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Na-da-ba. Imagine playing it. Da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bam. The movement. Da-da-da. Starting here, ba 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 da ba 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 bum. I kind of have an idea of the movement, and then I'm going to try to find that on the instrument. Ba, da, ba, ba, la, ba, ba, da, da, ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of... yeah, a little uncomfortable, so maybe I'll move the fingering. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Now I'm going to tell you, it might take a little while for some ideas to be played on the instrument because they're not comfortable. I'm also going to tell you that you're going to spend time dissecting that idea that you sang, find it on the instrument, and then you're going to forget it. But that's okay, because when you're playing, your goal shouldn't be to memorize all these licks. The process of translating the thought that is inside, so first of all, hearing that voice inside, translating on the instrument, that's where things happen without you realizing. The more you do this, day by day, the faster it will become when you have to play or improvise on a backing track to translate the thoughts that are inside on the instrument without you having to think about positions, scales, targeting these tones, and all that stuff is second nature. Just like when I'm talking to you, I'm not not spelling out every word I'm telling you. I can backtrack. I can spell S-P-E-L-L sometimes, but you don't have to when you're speaking. You can speak without knowing all that. And that's what we're doing here. So we're going to try this over the backing track that you can download, by the way, for free. And we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to start with an opening statement. Silence. Remember what I did? Na-da-ba-bum. I want to play something. Da-da-ba-ba-bum. I'm going to go for it. It was not... Yeah, that was... I'll try it again. Na-ba-ba-ba. That's what I want. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try that. I think it was around here coming up. Here it is. See how it's different than playing lick-based? How many times have you heard me play this? Many times. It doesn't even sound good. But if I take my time, you're paying more attention, right? I'm just repeating the idea. And guess what? I'm gonna repeat again. I'm gonna start on another idea. It's a lot more lyrical, right? A lot more flowing, smooth, and really a lot more personal. And I find a lot more joy doing that, and you will too. Follow your inner teacher. Listen to what's inside of you. Now, I hear some of you saying, well, that's great, I get the concept, but when I sing, it sounds like je chante comme une casserole, like we say in French. I sing like a cooking pan. I don't know, go figure. I get it, you don't need to be a perfect singer. You need, however, to have a good ear. And guess what? We all have a good ear. If you're playing guitar and you recognize that this note right here doesn't sound great, you've got a good ear. If you want to go a little further with this concept of finding who you are inside, well, I have a course. It's called the Melodic Formula course. If you want to know a little bit more about that formula, well, I have a free training for you. You can access that right here. Click on there, discover what the formula is all about. It's really going to help you out. And if you've already seen that, well, stick around for another video. Thanks for watching. Practice well.